I've had so many requests for this card after I shared my daughter's wedding invitation. So today I'm going to teach you how to create this really beautiful wedding card. Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com, and today we are going to create just an amazing and beautiful wedding card. This has got a really nice little easy fun fold. I'm so excited to teach it to you, so let's head over to my stamping table and start creating. So let me show you the wedding invitation that I made for my daughter's wedding this past October. So this is what she and I created. Now this is a little bit different. This is not going to be in the card I'm going to share with you, but this is how she did her actual wedding invitation. And I love just all the pop outs that it has. So we're going to jump in. Ours will be a little bit different, but the design is exactly the same. So we're going to create the Blackberry Bliss version, and I'm going to be using the Lifetime of Love stamp set on this card. Now again, both cards that I'm making, they're the same stamped wise, but I've got a little trick up my sleeve to share with you on the second card. But we're going to get started with the card base itself. Now this is a 5.5 by 11 Blackberry Bliss, and I have a little scoring here to share with you. So we're going to score at 1 1/4 and then 3 3/8. And by the way, 3 3/8 is in between 3 1/4 and 3 1/2. All right, the halfway point. So when you score that, you're going to rotate your cardstock all the way around. We're going to score again 1 1/4 and 3 3/8. So let me go ahead and come in with my bone folder and burnish these score lines. You see how this one is going to accordion fold out. So we'll go ahead and get the opposite side, and when this panel goes back, they're going to meet happy, happy, just like the bride and groom right there in the middle. I don't want you to have to write down any measurements, and I've supplied them for you in my free download that goes along with the card. So friends, if you find this, download at SimplySimpleStamping.com, or if you look down in the YouTube description, I've got a direct link. In that download, you're going to have my complete supply list. You'll have the measurements with the scoring, photos of my cards. There's a QR code that you can click or scan, and it'll bring you right back here to the video. And if you'd like to order any of the supplies I'm using in my card today, friends, you can click this graphic, or you can just follow this link. It'll take you directly to my online store, and you can order any of the products you need to create your own version of the card. Thank you so much for your orders and your support of the channel. With that, we are ready to create. I've got 2 pieces of Moody Mauve cardstock. These are 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. I'm going to bring in a Moody Mauve ink pad. I love Moody Mauve and Blackberry Bliss together. It's so beautiful. Now I have taken 2 flowers and this leaf image, and I've put them all on one block. It just kind of makes it a little bit easier. And if you'd like, you can even just put these 2 pieces of cardstock together, and let's kind of just start in the middle since I have those together. And we are just going to stamp. All right, now I don't have to worry about trying to keep those together. We'll get some really great stamped focal images. This is for the inside area of the card. And it's just going to give us a little something extra to kind of dress that up. And in my second card, that's where I'll show you how we can also emboss. I have adhesive on the back of these pieces, and we're going to add them here on the inside of the card. Like I said, that's just going to kind of dress up these inside panels. So, you know, if you wanted to leave this off, you could do that. I've got another piece of Moody Mauve, and this is a 4 by 5 1/4. And that's going to go there. Our card's starting to come together. It's time to do some more stamping, and we're going to be using our Stampin Blends. Let's stamp the words first. We're going to do that in Pebbled Path. Again, just trying to change up those colors. And I just think this color really lends itself nicely to this paper. All right, wishing you a lifetime of happiness. I have got some 2.5 by 4 pieces of cardstock. I'll stamp that there in the middle of that one. Then I'm going to take Forever and Always. And friends, we're going to stamp this a little bit at an angle here on the next piece. This is a 3 3/4 by 5. And for this one, this is for the inside of the card. Congratulations on your wedding day. Now we need to come in with the flower that we're going to color with the blends. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm just going to kind of give it just a little bit here on the bottom of that. Then I will come in with my Forever and Always, and we'll stamp here and here. All right. And on this one, you're not going to stamp quite as much. What I learned with this card on this one, really, less is more. So I don't want quite as much of the flower showing on the front of the card. All right, I have Old Olive and Moody Mauve as my colors for my flowers and my leaves with the dark Moody Mauve. And you can do this however you particularly, whatever your method is for Stampin' Blends. I like to just use that fine tip and just kind of trace out my lines a little bit. And now I can come and get these other flowers. I'll get the center a little bit darker. Remember, we're going to be blending these together. So I don't even have to really be neat about it. Kind of my favorite little method there. Now I'll come in with the light, and I have the ability to start blending these colors together. And you want to just make sure you're hitting that dark and blending these colors together. There we go. All right, now obviously I'm going to do that to all of my flowers, all right? But now let's go ahead, we'll do our leaf, and I'm just going to trace the inside and the outside, and then with the light I can blend the dark together with that light. Just make sure you're touching that dark area. All right. Friends, I got a lot of Stampin' Blend work to do here. So give me a minute. I'm going to get all this done for you. All right, Stampin' Blend work is done. I've got 2 pieces of Moody Mauve cardstock. These are 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. So we're going to just layer our pieces here. And our message with our sentiment will go right there in the middle. All right, now I'm ready to share with you how to create the kind of hidden panel. It just kind of pops out from behind. So we're going to start with the one that says Forever and Always. And so here on the right side, I'm going to put adhesive all the way down that little 1 1/4 inch piece. I'm going to center this up from side to side. It's just going to hang off maybe about 1/8 of an inch, all right, on each side, just a little bit. Get it set top to bottom. When you're happy with it, we'll give that a press. All right, we're going to open it. We're going to tuck it inside. And of course, I can easily see where to put my adhesive. And we will take our front focal image, our greeting here. We're going to just cover that. See how we just kind of hid that panel? We'll add that one there. All right, the last thing we need is a little bow. And I'm going to be using the Blackberry and Gold. It is so perfect for this card. It's got that nice gold trim. I'm going to take a mini glue dot. We'll press that right there in the middle. And we will simply add that right here to the top. Guys, when we're giving these wedding cards, you got to remember, these are the cards that last forever. That bride, that groom, they're going to hold on to these cards always. So I think you're going to really enjoy creating this card, especially with that Lifetime of Love stamp set. All right, I do have another card that I want to share some tips and tricks with you.
A quick reminder that I have that free download for you. You can find it at simplysimplestamping.com or simply look down in the YouTube description. I've got a direct link for you.
So this card, I've used Pool Party and Pretty Peacock. I think this one is a gorgeous one as well. But what I want you to see is instead of a stamped image, I have an embossed image. And can you see, I've embossed the entire cardstock. That's actually what we did on Jenny's card, all right? So all of this is all embossed with the layered florals embossing folder. So I want to teach you how to do that. So this is Pool Party. Again, that is 5.5 by 11, and I have scored it at 1 1/4 and 3 3/8 on each side. You do want to go ahead and burnish your score lines before you emboss it. That is really important because it's hard to find the score lines if you wait until after. All right, I'm going to open this up, and here's a little trick. A lot of times I will put a Post-it note right on the score line, okay, just over off of that score line, because it helps me to see where to line up the edge of the embossing folder. This is a light colored cardstock, so it can be a little hard to see. So that little Post-it note is going to help me line that up perfectly. I've got base plate 1. I'm going to lay my cardstock and embossing folder with the seam going into the card, and then you're going to top this with embossing plate 4. So when I run this through, you can see we have only embossed that edge. Now, what edged or what design do you want to be on the inside? What do you want to be on the outside? So if you want to go this way, we'll have a pretty edge. This one will be the deboss side. I shouldn't say pretty edge. They really are both pretty. But you're going to have the embossed side and the deboss side. So just kind of decide how you want that to go. Now I can simply repeat this action here on the other side of my cardstock. The panels here on the inside in the pretty peacock, that's that 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. I just ran those through the embossing folder as well. Friends, I colored this with Pool Party and Old Olive blends the exact same way I did before. And for this one, I added the white with the silver sheer ribbon. Such a pretty one. So the cards are the same. I hope that you guys enjoyed those. Friends, anything that you can put into this section of your card is going to work. So even if you don't need a wedding card, I hope that this card idea inspires you to create a really fun fold.
I hope that you enjoyed the card today. Hey, if you did, a thumbs up on YouTube is always appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed, take a moment to click the subscribe button. If you ring the bell, YouTube will even let you know whenever I'm back with another video. I share twice a week here on the channel. I'd love to have you join in. Well, everyone, that's all for me. Can't wait to stamp with you next time. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.